has taken over. Let's go. It's Ferrall. Coast to coast. Steaks, chicks, stacks. You and I are going to make a lot of money. It's Ferrall, coast to coast. All right, into the coup de grace, the final hour of love here, and what better way to start it off than it's all about the Canes, baby.
Cane Day, Cane Day, Cane Day, Cane Day. So not only is the Big Ten there out in Vegas this week for their media week, but the ACC is getting together in Charlotte for their media week. We'll start with Big Chest, Mario Cristobal and the Hurricanes. Of course, they were looking like they were on their way to maybe making the ACC title game, the college football playoff, undefeated. They were moving on, and then it was an awful November. Cristobal says this year we need to finish the job.
We made a lot of progress over the last 3 years. I mean, year one, our roster was not really built to take on Power 4 football, and those were some lopsided games. You know, it was tough. And then in year two, every game was competitive, and we won a couple more. And then last year, we had a chance to win every single game, but we didn't. The bottom line is we didn't get it done. And it's more than, I know we pointed out the defense a little bit earlier, but you know what also fell apart at the end? Ball security, right? If you turn the ball over, you subject yourself to some not so positive outcomes. So without a doubt, finishing is a mentality. Finishing is a work ethic that comes with the offseason. And we've always, invested a ton of effort in those areas, and we've invested even more this offseason. And it'll be a big part of training camp as well.
Are you going to lose to Georgia Tech again? How about at home at Hard Rock? Going to lose to them there? You can't beat them in Atlanta. What about Syracuse? You can't beat them there. Are you going to beat them at home? What about a bowl game? You haven't won a bowl game in 50 years. They've lost, 8 straight bowl games? They lost to Louisiana Tech and didn't score in a bowl game. That's how bad they've been. This guy is paid a ton of money, and the bottom line is they just don't get it done. And last year, not only did we call it, we called all 3 losses on this show that they would lose to Georgia Tech. And they fumbled the game away with a chance to win. Then we called the Syracuse loss. They get their ass beat. And then we called the loss to Iowa State in the bowl game. I mean, when you win 5 national championships, losing 3 games, you're basically Nebraska. Right? That's what they've become. The same thing that's happened to Nebraska since Tom Osborne has happened to Miami. They don't matter anymore. They just act like they do, and they spend like they do. I mean, Miami literally last year, I think, had the most expensive team in college football, didn't they? With Ohio State, Miami. I think Miami spends as much as Ohio State and as much as, anybody. And they still don't get the results because they can't win big games. I still cannot believe that they won the game at Cal when they were down 35-0 or whatever it was. I still can't believe they won that game. Because they sucked that night too. And the reason they won that game was Cam Ward. He did it all by himself. Literally, he was Nerf football in your living room when you were a kid when you threw the ball to yourself. You were the quarterback, you drop back in the living room, dodge the ottoman, throw it deep. The ball's flying through the family room, and then you're the guy running to catch it and diving in the end zone to make the play, the toss and the grab. That's what Cam Ward was for the Miami Hurricanes. And then I liked Rispetto. Is that his name, the kid, the little receiver?
Restrepo, yeah.
Restrepo. I thought he was a great player, and no one else. No one else. They're the most overrated team in the world. Every year we hear about Miami. I'm a Canes fan fanatic, and they suck. That says bottom line. They never get it done, ever.
Well, they spent a lot of money again this offseason. The big ticket item this year, quarterback Carson Beck coming over from Georgia. Here he is.
I think that this decision is one of the better decisions I've made, and since I've been here in January and, developing the relationships and building the chemistry between me, the wide receivers, the running backs, the tight ends, the O-line, and just trying to develop, those relationships and that camaraderie. It's just reinforced my decision in a positive way.
Well, we'll see how his elbow is. He says he's 100%, and he says that Georgia wanted him back, and obviously that he got a lot of money to go to Miami. And, there's all this talk that he was dating one of those Cavendish chicks and whatever else. I don't care who he sleeps with. Let's see if they can win with this guy. I mean, do you think that Carson Beck's better than Cam Ward? I don't.
No.
So, to me, it's a step down no matter what way you slice the pie. I think he's, I never thought he was great at Georgia. I really didn't. Listen, I'll tell you right now. That kid at BYU that just went to Tulane, Retzlaff, he's a better quarterback than Beck. I don't care what anybody says. He went 11-2. Beck what did Beck do at Georgia? He didn't win anything. Right? Am I wrong?
No, I did not. Did not win. Didn't get it done. As far as the Canes numbers this year to win the championship, they're 38-1.
It's absurd. Bet the under.
Plus 205 to make the playoff. Their total's 9.5. Now, they open with Notre Dame. Now, I know Notre Dame doesn't ever play well in Hard Rock. When they go down there, they never play well. I think this is a different Notre Dame team. Freeman, since he's been the coach, they go on the road and they win games. Yeah. So I'm not as nervous about Notre Dame going to Hard Rock for that opening Sunday night game.
I want to go to the game.
Yeah, which is going to be a lot of fun. They have Florida at home. They play, obviously, Florida State. They have Louisville at home this year. Syracuse at home, at Virginia Tech, and at Pitt. So this is the second year in a row. They go on the road the last 2 games of the season. They couldn't get it done last year, Georgia Tech and Syracuse.
When is that Pitt
this
game?
Year, November 29th, Thanksgiving weekend, at Pitt.
Oh,
so you have to see, are the Steelers home that weekend?
That's what we're looking at right now. I gotta check hold on, let's just take a look.
I have it for you pretty fast here. Hold on.
It's a Saturday. Here's the schedule. So you're telling me what's the date of it? It's 11/29.
Steelers Bills that Sunday in Pittsburgh. Wow, Steelers
the double
Bills.
dipper. It's the double dipper.
Whoa.
I gotta go to both of those games, Saturday and Sunday, at the place the Steelers play. Canes and Panthers, and Pitt's got a really good defense this year, and that's the word. They got a great defense. Yep. And then the next day, Bills and Steelers at 4:25 Eastern. I mean, it's automatic. It's automatic.
Yeah, you gotta
go
to that one.
Stones to do the double, to go to see the Canes and the Bills, a back-to-backer. Hot Nicole, see you later. Have fun with the kids, taking the grandmas.
That's a great double dip, and I would bet. Now, this is where you get maybe a little bit of trouble. Although it's the Canes, that might be a fairly early game on Saturday because they're going to want to get the field ready for the next day. That could be like a noon East Pitt-Miami game at the place the Steelers play. And then you got all night to watch the games and party after a noon kick at the place the Steelers play. A full 24 hours to get you ready for the Bills and the Steelers the next day. That's a good weekend if you can swing it, make it happen.
Swing it. That's a done deal. I'm going, and listen, I will find all kinds of trouble from Friday to Monday morning in Pittsburgh. Looks like I'll have to get a Friday flight to the Steel City.
Friday night.
It's an easy
Friday
1
night
hour
flight.
flight from here. It's 1 hour.
Enter into the magical world of McLuck.com, where even the smallest of spins can win real cash prizes. Adventure into over 1,000 of the best Vegas-style slot games. So what are you waiting for? Unlock your free welcome offer today. Join the fun where winners play and players win.
New to social casinos? You're in for a treat. Most online casinos offer bonus cash or coins just for signing up. That's your own little participation trophy. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
Aaron Judge is great, but if you want to talk about full contributions to a team, maybe I'm biased as a former catcher myself, but I think Cal Raleigh's working a little bit harder than everybody else, and I think Cal Raleigh should be right in this thing. If he sets that single season home run record for a catcher, I think that's probably what it's going to take for him to overtake Judge. I don't think it's impossible for him to get there. I think it's unlikely.
Fantasy Sports Today, only on SportsGrid.
The tennis players are just the worst. They're just the worst.
I do that after I get a parlay. I'm falling to the ground. I'm excited. I'm like praising the Lord. Win a parlay. Come on. We're allowed to celebrate.
I'd rather. It's okay if you hit a parlay, yes, but if you win the match, no. The player can't do that. The bettor can. It's as simple as that.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
TJ Watt going to the bank.
I don't remember the last time he had a sack in the last month of that season. And then in the playoffs, he did absolutely nothing. And then you're going to give him $41 million a year, $123 million, what, 108 guaranteed million guaranteed?
Ferrall Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
And we are back for Coast to Coast here on a Wednesday, a golf Wednesday on C2C. Coming off of the Open Championship, we head back to the States, where we now have the run to the FedEx Cup playoffs here over the next couple weeks. Lots of positioning to be done. Lots of names you'll see playing in some of these events the next few weeks that you maybe normally would not see. Keith Stewart from Read the Line is with us every week to get ready for this week's event, which of course will be at TPC Twin Cities. Keith, great to see you as always. We all got Scottied over the weekend as usual. I mean, it's tough when we get Scottied. I was joking around, and I actually did it. You know, you had to start hitting that without Scotty market. I think you tweeted as well, like midway through Saturday. You're like, all right, it's time. Let's go to the without Scotty market. See what we could do there for the rest of the tournament.
Mike, good afternoon on a Golf Wednesday, and I believe the end of that tweet was not for the end of this tournament; it was for the end of the year. So I don't think I'm going to come on a Golf Wednesday when Scotty's in the field and give you an outright that doesn't say with or W/Scotty market. Yeah, it's going to be without Scott for sure. Yeah, and you know what?
Without him.
There's been a lot of Ryder Cup talk. Obviously, because we just put away the fourth and final major of the year. But there's been a lot of Ryder Cup talk, and I know we're here in New York, but 8 of the top 10 at the Open were Americans. Is that a good sign? What do you think?
Well, it's funny. I was going to bring this up with you before we even get to the 3M, because it is the 3M this week. But we're still going to get there.
Yeah.
You look at the board right now, Keith, and the mainstays that are there. Scotty's obviously already there. Xander's going to be there. J.J. Spawn's going to be there. I don't know if people are happy about that or not. Russell Henley. Keegan's basically said that Bryce, J.J. Spawn, it was a great win for him, but it's a little bit like Harmon a couple years ago, right, Keith? Like he wins a major close to the Ryder Cup, and it kind of pushes him on a team that maybe he wouldn't have been on if he didn't get that win at a major. But that's neither here nor there. Harris English is 6th, then JT Morikawa, Ben Griffin, Keegan is 10th himself, and Mav. You got guys like Patrick Cantlay who are 14th on the points list right now. You have guys like, where's Jordan right now too? Is Jordan even on the list right now? I can't even find him. He's in the 20s.
Mid-20.
Are these guys going to be on the team over the all these other younger guys that have kind of played better this year, the Mavericks or the Goddard-ups or any of these other guys?
Well, you know what, Mike? A lot of these folks on Twitter, they love to throw out these hyperbolic questions about the Ryder Cup team and the points and everything. I don't know what list you're looking at, but the list that I'm looking at, the real world list, has, after the top point getters, it has Patrick Cantley number 1 and Colin Morikawa number 2. Now, people are going to say, like, oh, they don't deserve it. They're missing cuts and everything. Get over yourself. These people are going to be on the team. They're going to be there, okay? Colin Morikawa, one of the best ball strikers in the world. You can say what you want about his record and the caddy roulette and all this other stuff, right? He is going to be there. And, of course, Patrick Cantley's going to be there. Patrick Cantley's going to be the first captain's pick that day, not because of alphabetical order, but because he's Patrick Cantley and he's earned the right to be there. So everyone needs to calm their jets. Now, Jordan, I'm not so sure on. You've got guys that are down there with him in the 20s that if they continue to play well, and that's one of the big subplots for this week. You look at a guy like Chris Goddard, who's 22nd in Ryder Cup points, and he's 23rd in the FedEx Cup points. I mean, he's got all the reason in the world to be out there at the 3M and to play hard. And I love that about the middle tier right now. With 2 weeks left to go, and this FedEx Cup list, the cutoff for 50, the cutoff for 70, the cutoff for 100, all of these things are in play. And a ton of guys that need points are out there in Blaine, Minnesota.
I really think the only guy that hasn't been there before that I think is going to make it, and it's just not just because where he is right now, but I think he'll play well in the playoffs, is Ben Griffin. Like, he feels like the only guy to me that I feel like he's going to be there. Like, I feel he's the one outsider of this group that's going to find his way in. Although J.J. Spawn's going to be there too, but that's because he's automatically going to be there.
Russell Henley is going to find his way in. It'll be his first Ryder Cup, but I wouldn't be too sold on Ben Griffin yet. I get that he has the 2 wins and everything, but when you start to see what happens through the course. Okay, so let's just lay the landscape for everybody. I just talked about the FedEx Cup points for a second. I know we'll get more into that with the 3M, but when it comes to the Ryder Cup, the Sunday of the BMW Championship, which is 4 tournaments away, is when the top 6 on the points list is solidified. You have 1 more week with the Tour Championship to get into those 6 captain's choices, and then that's it. So you've got 5 tournaments left. You better hope you're in all of them. We know Ben Griffin will be, but you better hope you're in all of them if you plan on being one of those captain's choices, because it's going to get extremely competitive.
It certainly is. All right, let's get to this week now, Keith. The 3M in Minnesota, that little race to the FedEx Cup playoffs, as you were talking about, as we go here, 3M and the Wyndham, which is the last couple shots here for these guys to get themselves to St. Jude in a few weeks. Anything we need to know about TPC Twin Cities? We know that we've got a bunch of former winners here. You hit Johnny Vegas here last year. You've got Lito Call Miguel Hodges, Tony Finau, Cameron Champ. Bunch of past winners will be here this week.
Well, I think the 2 things that you want to know about this week is that it's totally a tee to green week. This is an accuracy contest. Yes, I know Cam Champ and Tony Finau, those guys have won here, and they've separated themselves with the use of their driver, but they also hit their driver very accurately, right? You've got to hit fairways here. There's like 1,000 lakes on this property. 15 holes have water in play. It is a birdie fest, so it's a tee to green place where you got to make putts. The 3 keys that I'm throwing out there this week: you got to be a great par 4 scorer. You're losing a par 5. The average winning score here is 19 under par. You're only getting 3 par 5s. You got to score on the par 4s. You got to be a great approach player, not get close. And then you know what, Mike? The last 5 winners here have all made over 300 feet of putts in the year that they won. That's a lot.
300 feet of putts. And I remember Johnny Vegas rolling the dice last year at the 3M. I mean, he was just draining them from absolutely everywhere. Was a lot of fun to see. We will come back, Keith, and we will get all the selections. We've got the outrights. We've got the placements and everything else as the race for the FedEx Cup playoffs continues in Minnesota. Lots of guys needed it this week. Ricky Fowler's got him in the top 70 now. He's got to keep playing well. Wyndham Clark's here. Lots of guys who need to move up the list. Keith Stewart from Read the Line is with us. The 3M Open. Get all his picks right after this.
Drummond gives you minutes off the bench. I've always been a big Kelly Oubre guy. And Nick Nurse is supposed to be one of the top 5 coaches in the world. You can't tell me that at 12-1, the Philadelphia 76ers aren't at least something you need to consider as a sleeper to make it to the NBA Finals.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
He might be hitting birdie putts and he might be hitting eagle putts and putting up a 17 under at the moment. But the way he did it and the way he's doing it, who he's doing it against, I think that's a great point, that the level of competition, the folks he's doing it against, they all fall apart. Scotty's going and running away with it, but no one is keeping pace, and thus it becomes a boring competition. And maybe that's not Scotty's fault.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
I don't have a gaming unit, but I might get one just because of that CFL game. And I'll play with Bano online and kick his ass. He could be the Ticats. And I'll be the BC Lions.
He could be the Ticats.
I'll be the Red Blacks. I'll be throwing bombs. I'll be throwing bombs.
Sports Rage tonight, only on SportsGrid.
Eric Skubal, another incredible performance. I mean, almost going 7-8 innings again, striking out a ton. I mean, I kind of felt like the Tigers really wanted that win.
There's a bit of narrative to it that people like to buy into, or, kind of, I don't want to say push a narrative, but the fact that he's doing what he did last year, but better, and is now in a spot to repeat, like, there's something to be said.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
And we are back, Ferrall, Coast to Coast here on a Wednesday, a Golf Wednesday on C2C. Keith Stewart from Read the Line is with us. On next week's appearance, Keith's going to have a large spreadsheet to tell you if your favorite golfer is going to be able to make it into the FedEx Cup playoffs. There could be some names playing next week that you might not expect depending on what goes on this week. Could be pretty wild. All right, Keith, who do we like in Minnesota this week at the 3M Open? Give me some outrights.
All right, let's run right through these guys. First guy on the board, and all these guys have seen a ton of action on their number, but the first one I love is Akshay Bhatia. Back-to-back weeks where the ball striking is back to where it needs to be for young Akshay, and you know what? He gained with the putter for 3 or 4 rounds over there at Royal Portrush. He's got a little momentum coming in, and what I love about this one, Mike, is that this one reminds me a lot about Valero. And Valero's one of those places where you could go nuclear like Akshay did the year that he won 20 under or so, but you got to keep the ball in play. He's the type of guy at a Cognizant, at a Valspar. Those are your comp courses. Valero, those are the places that you want to look for guys that play well. And another guy that absolutely strikes his ball fantastic, and he's a little bit shaky with the putter as well, but Emiliano Grillo at 50-1, number 71 on the FedEx Cup points list. He wants to get into the playoffs, right? At the 3M, it's his best property ever with the putter, strokes gained wise. He's got a 24th here. He's got a runner-up, a 3rd place, a 10th place. I love myself some EG, right? He lost in the playoff at the John Deere where I played him at the Rocket. He's had a good summer going. Another guy, past champion, 2021, Cam Champ. Listen, Cam Champ played most of the year on the Korn Ferry Tour, Mike, right? But he's come back. He's got 4 top 20s in his last 5 starts. He's gaining over 6.5 strokes total against the field, and he loves this place. He's 132nd in FedEx Cup points. He knows he needs a big 2 weeks coming up, and this would be the place that he'd really want to take advantage of. And the last one is our man, Gary Woodland. Everybody loves to root for this guy, but I'm not just doing this because he's a nice guy. He's top 20 in strokes gained approach and strokes gained putting in this field. And you're going to need both of those factors to go low and keep the ball in play, keep it out of the water, none of this lake stuff, right? We've seen it before. 4 of the last 5 holes have water in play. Woodland at triple digits. I'm giving you a bomb. I'm giving you the Prime Minister a bomb. All the viewers a bomb. Gary Woodland, hey, top 20 guy with the iron game and rolling the rock.
All right, Keith, give me the placements here. And look at this. You do have a little gotter up and get him down on the card this week, huh?
Well, I tell you what, if there's one thing the PGA Tour has done right, it's the schedule for these middle tier guys. These guys have a lot to play for. Chris Gotterup, he's 22nd in the Ryder Cup points. He's 23rd in the FedEx Cup points, and he's 27th now in the official World Golf rankings. This guy, he's playing fantastic golf, and he's got to keep playing better. I mean, that top 30 gets him in all 4 majors next year if he goes to the Tour Championship. I love him for a top 10. He's the class of this field along with Sam Burns. Top 20s, Jesper Svensson. This guy is absolutely a stripe show, right? He's a straight flusher of the golf ball. He gained over 10 strokes tee to green at the Open Championship. That's all you need to know. He's going to keep the ball in play here, and he's going to score. He's got 6 straight positive events tee to green. Another guy, Christian Bezadensuit. Seabez, you know, he went over to Jason Bale, 2025 PGA Coach of the Year, right? The guy that teaches Lucas Glover, and he's absolutely brought his ball striking back, and we know he can putt. Seabez for a top 20 at a number like plus 360, I'm hitting it. And then in the top 40 land, I'm going to Vince Whaley, right? 9 of his last 10, he's been in the top 40, Mike. 9 of his last 10 starts, he's been in the top 40. Let's just cash that positive number there. And then the last one, David Skins, the Englishman. He was 4th at the ISCO. You know, these secondary events that happened while you and I were over there in Scotland and in Ireland, right? 8th at the Bermuda. He was 9th at the RBC. That's 3 of his last 5 starts. All we want is a top 40 to cash plus 210.
Wow, Shirts and Skins making the card this week. I've got him as well for a top 40. All right, Keith, head-to-head, and the ladies are in Scotland.
All right, head-to-heads real quick. I'm going with Griot over Davis Thompson. Davis Thompson really struggled with the putter for 2 months. He got it working over in Ireland, and then all of a sudden the tee to green's a problem. The inconsistency, I don't like it. Griot, here, he's been great at the 3M. The other one, Cam Champ over Sung J M. I don't know what happened to Sung J M, but he hasn't gained with his irons since the Masters. Since, I don't know, like the 2020 Masters. He's been horrible on approach, and you have to be good here. You have to be accurate to keep up scoring-wise. The ladies, they're over in the Scottish Open, and they have one more major next week. There's 2 ladies I love over there in the Women's Scottish Open. Minjee Lee at plus 1,000. She's one of the favorites. She's got the putter working now, and she was top 5 over there at the Evian, the last major. And then Andrea Lee, plus 3,000. You got to hit it straight between the fescue. Andrea Lee is your lady.
Keith Stewart from Read the Line. We'll see you next week for the Wyndham Big Week.
Another incredible performance. I mean, almost going 7-8 innings again, striking out a ton. I mean, I kind of felt like the Tigers really wanted that win.
There's a bit of narrative to it that people like to buy into, or, you know, kind of, I don't want to say push a narrative, but the fact that he's doing what he did last year, but better, and is now in a spot to repeat, like, there's something to be said.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
No superstar wants to go to Portland there, so you go, oh, well, Dame actually wants to be back here, and this is going to hurt us. It sort of brings back those vibes where Kobe Bryant was in L.A. Great basketball player, horrendous basketball team, but maybe he could sell a couple extra seats and be a star in the building. That's Dame. And also from a perspective of what Dame wants, Dame just doesn't care about championships, and that's okay. Like, he makes a lot of money. He can do that and continue to lose in Portland. Can have it both ways, I guess.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Again, I mean, I got to tell you, if I'm in that spot, I may do it again, George. I mean, I may take that shot again. I mean, look, when he is healthy, he's the #1 pick in fantasy, as good as Barkley or anybody else.
What I'll say about McCaffrey is this. If you draft him and he misses 9 games with injury, you have no one to blame but yourself.
I blame you. Just because I can.
Everyone else does.
Fantasy Sports Today, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high, but the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that ring. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of 15.5 point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. That's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
So the Brewers are pounding the Mariners in Seattle 10-2 in the bottom of the 7th. Houston has runners on the corners with 1 out against Arizona in the desert, 2-1 top 7. Minnesota and the Dodgers are 1-1. Glasnow has 8 strikeouts in that one. And Colorado's up 6-0 going to the 9th. And I'm going to cash that at plus $1.55. I hit the Marlins at $1.20. And I got the Brewers at plus $1.11. So it could be a nice day.
Yeah, it could be. Man, the Cardinals have been completely gutless the last couple of days out there in Colorado. Gutless. I mean, just completely awful job by them. All right, NFL. Camps are open now pretty much everywhere. Wall-to-wall. NFL is back. We'll start with the Cowboys because why not? We played Pain Day. We played Jerry yesterday talking about Micah Parsons' contract, or Michael Parson, if you depending on what day it is, I suppose. Either way, here's Micah. Of course, they had to run to him yesterday, the first time that he was in sight, and find out what his updates are. Here's Micah Parsons.
Cowboys want to get a deal done? I mean, honestly, for me, it really don't matter. Like I said, I've been pretty consistent. If they don't want me here, they don't want me here. I go about my business. I understand the nature of the business. Like I said, as long as I'm here and under contract, I'm going to do what I have to do to perform at the highest level. But if this is then, this is then. There's the same way that Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones and the other Jerry Jones take care of their family, it's the same way I need to take care of my family. You know what I mean? I got my own 3 kids of my own, so we all need to take care of our own family at the end of the day.
One thing Jerry said about him was he's very savvy at doing this, and it's pretty obvious he knows how to play the game. And it's pretty obvious to me that this is all a joke because he's going to get his money. He's not going anywhere. He's going to get paid like a mother foreller in Dallas, and it's going to be any day now.
Yeah, I mean, doing all this, if this is the end and this is the end of the line, and he's getting the money. Like, it's absolute nonsense. Just figure it out. Starts listing off all the guys who got paid. Just pay the guy already and be done with it.
They paid that loser quarterback of theirs that never wins a big game $60 million. He doesn't
They did pay him.
He doesn't win big games, and they pay him $60 million. This guy makes more money than anyone I've ever seen that doesn't win big games. He doesn't win playoff games. You can make fun of the Steelers all you want. They got, both of these franchises have won a bunch of Super Bowls, right? And they're paying a guy $60 million who doesn't win big games. I mean, that's all you need to know. They're going to pay this guy because they pay everybody to lose. They don't win. They don't win titles anymore. That's all there is to it. It's been so long. I mean, people forgot all about it. That's how long it's been. You're talking 3 decades.
It's a very, very long time. Speaking of the Cowboys, coming into this season, their lowest win total in over 20 years. The Cowboy win total, Scotty, has slipped down to the 7.5 area now. That is where it's sitting. Now, it's moved back down to 7.5. Obviously, every book is a little different. You sent me some notes today as well about it, but it is the lowest it's been. Where you find 7.5, that's where I mostly see it at right now.
I'll be surprised if they don't win 8 games based on, frankly, like I said, they don't win big games, but they win games. So I think that Dak and Lamb and Pickens can win 8 games, just the 3 of them. And then they're going to sign Parsons. And you would think that that's good for a few wins. I mean, he's like, the badass on that defense, right? So bottom line is 8 wins to me is very conceivable. I think they can do it.
I think that they could do it as well, especially if everybody stays healthy. Why not? Anything is possible. Staying with some win totals, because these are some of the things I've been waiting for a rainy day. It's not raining, but I thought that it correlated with some of the things that we're doing here today. The most bet win totals to the overside of things. Look at that. I can see it already. The Bears, over 8.5. The Steelers and the Lions. The most tickets, the Steelers, Vikings, and Raiders. The most money. Bears and Steelers, everybody's involved.
Yeah, look, and there's another one. So the Raiders at 6.5. I don't know why that's there. The Vikings over 8.5. I can see that based on like this guy that coaches them. Bottom line is they win a ton of games and then they lose in the playoffs. They're one and done. O'Connell, I think I actually think that they can win 9 games, even with McCarthy. We've never seen a kid play in the pros, right? So he injured his knee. Now we're going to see what he's made of. They obviously believe in him. They didn't want any part of Aaron Rodgers. They had their chance. That's where Rodgers wanted to play. So for his final season, they wanted no part of it. So they're going to go with this kid, and I think they'll win 9 games easily.
And, of course, if we have overs, we have to also give you unders, the most bet unders on the other side of the coin as we look there. As far as the tickets, the Chiefs, the Saints, and the Dolphins, the money, the Saints, the Chiefs, and the Lions. Now, remember this. That's all these books have different numbers, right, Scotty? So that's the MGM numbers. They're getting a lot of action on the Chiefs to the under 11.5. And when you sent me some of those numbers today from ESPN Bet, they're getting action on the Chiefs over the 11.5 bet. So books have different.
What's your feeling about it? They won 15 games and they weren't even good. Every game was close. They got lucky at least 7 or 8 times. But they always win 12, 13, 14 games. Like 11 wins just isn't in their DNA.
I can't go after them again. I just can't. It's just like smashing my head against the wall every year. Like
They're
even
more
you say they
loaded
were
now than when they lost the Super Bowl and got their ass beat. They're more loaded now than when they won 15 games.
I won't be going after them. Chiefs, like I said, over 11.5. 9 of the 10 most popular win bet totals at ESPN are overs. The only under in the top 10 is the Giants, under 5.5. That's the only one of the top 10 win total bets that's an under. The Bills have attracted.
Yes. I think they'll win 6 games. I do. I don't see them can you imagine if this guy, if these two, Shane and Dable lose, and win 5 games? They're doomed. Doomed. They will be fired as sure as we're both sitting here. They're not. I just don't see it. Even with because they've already said Russ is the starter. He can win 6, 7 games himself. He was winning, right? He had 6 wins with the Steelers until he never won again. So I think he can win 6 games by himself.
Yeah, here's what would worry me about all that. It's like the first day of camp today, and I already saw Malik Neighbors has a toe injury. That isn't going away. Andrew Thomas, the left tackle, who never plays. How do you come to camp already hurt? How are you already hurt when you haven't even done anything yet? And you've got your probably 2 of your 3 or 4 biggest players. And the first day of camp, they're telling you about injury problems. Andrew Thomas and Malik Neighbors have injury problems. They haven't even practiced yet. And they have injury problems. That's a bad sign right out of the gate.
Well, they're a
bad sign
bad
already
team.
for them.
And, let's face it, he was the coach of the year, and now he's been exposed as a bad coach. His days are numbered in New York, I guarantee it. If they don't win, he is so gone, it's not even funny. Like, this guy, Mara, has put up with, he is fired, he's like Steinbrenner now, he fires so many people.
We'll come back. I'll give you a few more notes. I've got Pete Carroll later, Mike Vrabel, Caleb Williams, a few other things that we'll try to top off here before we get out of here.
Another thing about Mara, he's worse at hiring than he is at firing. He's the one that hires all these bums. One after the next.
Another incredible performance. Almost going 7-8 innings again, striking out a ton. I kind of felt like the Tigers really wanted that win.
There's a bit of narrative to it that people like to buy into, or, I don't want to say push a narrative, but the fact that he's doing what he did last year, but better, and is now in a spot to repeat. Like, there's something to be said.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
No superstar wants to go to Portland there, so you go, oh, well, Dame actually wants to be back here, and this is going to hurt us. It sort of brings back those vibes where Kobe Bryant was in L.A. Great basketball player, horrendous basketball team, but maybe he could sell a couple extra seats and be a star in the building. That's Dame. And also from a perspective of what Dame wants, Dame just doesn't care about championships, and that's okay. Like, he makes a lot of money. He can do that and continue to lose in Portland. Can have it both ways, I guess.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Again, I mean, I gotta tell you, if I'm in that spot, I may do it again, George. I mean, I may take that shot again. I mean, look, when he is healthy, he's the number one pick in fantasy, as good as Barkley or anybody else.
What I'll say about McCaffrey is this. If you draft him and he misses 9 games with injury, you have no one to blame but yourself.
I blame you. Just because I
Everyone
can.
else does.
Fantasy Sports Today, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high, but the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that roof. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of
15.5-point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. It's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Still plenty of NFL skinny to get through pain day style.
Yeah, the last two notes that were on that thing you sent me first were the Bills have attracted the most Super Bowl bets at ESPN Bet. Eagles have gotten the most money to win the Super Bowl. God bless and good luck with the Bills. And the Colts, Saints, and Titans have gotten the least amount of money to win the Super Bowl. That's because they're going to be horrible. All three of them. Horrible. Go ahead. Horrible is why. They're going to be awful. Year number 2 for Caleb Williams in Chicago. New head coach, Ben Johnson, offensive wizard. We got some goals for Caleb Williams this year. I'm sure he's got a few. I mean, the first one has to be, winning games, winning the division, winning the Super Bowl, winning something. I mean, it can't be an individual thing, right? Nah, it probably is.
Obviously, I have self goals, and that's being the first 4,000-yard passer in Bears history. That's a goal of mine. 70% completion that helps the team, keeps us on the field, puts us in better positions. And then other than that, just trying to go down and score the most points that we can with each drive that we have. So that's kind of my self goal, and obviously other than that, you got to go win. That's success for me. That's success for the team, and that's all we wish for and all I wish for.
One of the problems is that they had no success with him.
Well, they've had none with him yet. We'll see if they could do it in year 2. But the illustrious history of the Chicago Bears, they've never had a quarterback pass for 4,000 yards, ever. They've never had a quarterback pass for 4,000 yards in their history.
They've had?
They've had a lot of bad
Phipps,
quarterbacks.
Bob
You would have thought one of
Avellini.
them by accident would have thrown for 4,000 yards. Just by accident, you would have thought that. That's pretty wild that they have not been able to get it done. It is a new day in New England. Of course, Bill Belichick has been gone for a couple of years now. It didn't go for Gerard Mayo very well, but Mike Vrabel is the new sheriff. And not only will he be the new sheriff when it comes to the players in the locker room, Scotty, but he is not going to take it from the New England media either, especially if you try to ask a question that he has already answered. Here we go.
How'd they do? How do you feel about how the guys came back?
I mean, whether you were in a coma when I answered Tom's question or typing on your phone or tweeting, I don't know, but I spent 5 minutes answering that question. And I can go back through it, but I'd rather not.
There you go. tough guy.
I mean, honestly.
Tough guy, Mike.
How about a
Here we go again with this guy. Whatever. Like, I don't care what he says. I really don't.
Tough
Like,
guy,
what are we all supposed to be afraid of him? Like, I mean, honestly, dude.
Is this good? It's the first day of camp. It's the first week. I mean, we're already laying it
so
down.
Angry. He's just so angry at everybody. Like, whatever,
man.
bro. Go ahead.
Take
Is
it
that
easy.
how you treat your family too? You're the same tough guy at home, yelling at people. The dog.
Does he come home and he's like, Melissa already asked me if I had that for lunch. Is he yelling at people there too? Like, what is his problem?
Why is there no salt on these Pringles?
You know, Bill didn't answer anyone, but at least he didn't yell at you. He just stared at you. The stare of death Belichick gave you, but at least he didn't yell back at you. We're moving on to Cincinnati. Here's Pete Carroll as he starts training camp this week. We already know he's the oldest coach in the league, and it's something that he doesn't want to talk about anymore, Scotty. It's time to talk football.
I think the day you arrived, you were already getting a little tired of the age questions, right? Being the oldest coach in the NFL.
I just made it sound like that, but go ahead.
But, being 73, but, feeling so...
71?
73, right? There we go. Yeah, it's crazy, right? How does it feel out there?
It's not crazy to me. I've been this way the whole time.
But, we see you running around out there, and having so much energy. How do you feel entering this training camp?
Oh, I'm in good shape now. I'm ready. I'm razor sharp.
You spoke about the
Look out.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Razor sharp.
I'll give him this. He doesn't look 73 at all. He really doesn't.
No.
He looks like he's 60. I mean, but the difference is, let's see him win in Vegas with that trash.
That's going to be the hard part. He did say also yesterday that he expects to win. He said he's used to winning 10 games a year, and he expects to win 10 games there as well.
Good luck.
We'll see. We'll see how that goes for him.
5.5?
I think it's 5.5, 6.5. It's probably right around in that.
The only
that
thing
ballpark.
they got going for them is that stadium. That's it.
Yeah, it's a great stadium. They do have that going for them. We'll give them that. Now, most teams this time of year, Scotty, of course, what does everybody say when they get to camp? It's our year. We got a great team. We're going to win the Super Bowl. We're going to do all that. Well, at least Titans general manager Mike Borgonzi here, the great Borgonzi, gets asked if he thinks that his team, the Titans, who just drafted first overall, if they're good enough to win the Super Bowl this year.
Simple question. The team you put on the field tomorrow, can that team win the Super Bowl?
The other guy's laughing.
Listen, that's always the goal every year. Yeah. We also realize we have a lot of work to do on this roster.
That's a no. And the other guy, how about the other guy laughing? He's laughing about it because they know they have no chance. None. Season's already over. The season's already over.
The season's over before it started for them. Of course, you already mentioned, we know that Russell Wilson is officially the Giants starter. Didn't we know that already? Why was that news? Didn't Dable say that like 4 months ago?
Yes, but
when they signed him?
people think here they're so stupid. They think that Jackson Dart should be the starter because he was fairly exciting at Ole Miss and he never won anything.
No. Yeah, well, that's the thing. They ask the same questions over and over. It's partially the media's fault. We got our first injury at training camp. Dolphins quarterback Artie Burns. Knee injury at practice today, feared to be an ACL. You say it all the time. What's training camp for?
Injuries. And let me just say one other thing while I'm at it. Artie Burns is cooked. He was cooked before he blew his knee out. Artie Burns sucks.
Another incredible performance. Almost going 7-8 innings again, striking out a ton. I kind of felt like the Tigers really wanted that win.
There's a bit of narrative to it that people like to buy into or, kind of, I don't want to say push a narrative, but the fact that he's doing what he did last year, but better, and is now in a spot to repeat, like there's something to be said.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
No superstar wants to go to Portland there, so you go, oh, well, Dame actually wants to be back here, and this is going to hurt us. It sort of brings back those vibes where Kobe Bryant was in L.A. Great basketball player, horrendous basketball team, but maybe he could sell a couple extra seats and be a star in the building. That's Dame. And also from a perspective of what Dame wants, Dame just doesn't care about championships, and that's okay. Like, he makes a lot of money. He can do that and continue to lose in Portland. Can have it both ways, I guess.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Again, I mean, I got to tell you, if I'm in that spot, I may do it again, George. I mean, I may take that shot again. I mean, look, when he is healthy, he's the number one pick in fantasy, as good as Barkley or anybody else.
What I'll say about McCaffrey is this. If you draft him and he misses 9 games with injury, you have no one to blame but yourself.
I'll blame you. Just because I can.
Does.
Fantasy Sports Today, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high, but the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that ring. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
Just a little flyer, couple of thoughts.
15.5 point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. That's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Everybody loves leftovers.
Everybody does love leftovers. All right, here we go. More NFL. The Raiders signed Jamal Adams. He's still playing? Jamal Adams still giving it a go. Bucs wide receiver Chris Godwin had his second ankle surgery during the offseason. He's a great player, but he's had too many lower body surgeries now at this point, between his knees and his ankles and everything else.
Yeah.
That's a bad scene for him. Yes. Terry McLaurin and Trey Hendrickson were placed on the did not report list by their respective teams. I guess you have to tell the league that the player didn't report.
For 6 months.
And unfortunately,
him for 6 months.
It seems like it's not going to end, unfortunately. We love new uniforms here. The Bills, in Week 18 this year, will bring back the red helmets. That's right, which, depending on who you ask, and since I'm here, you're asking me, were known, of course, in the early 90s Jim Kelly, Thurman Thomas era. They wore the red helmets. Really from the mid-'80s until about 2010 is when they wore them. Yeah, so it'll be the first time that Josh Allen gets to wear the red helmet. In their final game, maybe final game, at the old barn in Orchard Park before they move into their new Shangri-La.
Just so we're clear on this show, we talk a lot about the Bills and Steelers.
That's right. If you're just checking us out for the first time.
If you don't like it, go root for the Titans and have fun with that.
Yeah.
Or the Bears.
You sent me that.
Go root for the loser Bears.
Go root for loser teams.
8.5 wins
you sent me that video. Remember the big tariff at the Summer League talking about Joker and how he wanted to meet him? Well, they showed Joker the video of that. I don't know where they found him. I guess in a side of a horse track in Serbia. I mean, who knows where they found the Joker? But here was his response to the big tariff.
He's good. He's good. I think I'm happy when he gets in the prime that I'm going to be out of the league probably in no, I'm not actually. He's talented. He's talented. Yes, we can have a picture of whatever he wants, and only if he played bad against me. Let's say like that. If I destroy him and I score a lot of points, then yes. If he do that, no.
All right, so I think that what I got out of that is that he's leaving the league in 2 years.
I think that's the thing you do take out of that is that he don't plan on playing. he ain't going to be running around at 35-40 like LeBron in the NBA. Like, he is not going to be doing that. He wants to go back to the
he's
stable.
He's going to be in the mob in Serbia, and he's going to run racetracks.
Probably already is.
And break
probably
people's
already
fingers.
In Serbia. He's probably already in it.
His brother is.
Giannis will play for Greece later this summer at Eurobasket 2025. God bless and good luck. Seattle signs Capo Caco to a 3-year, $4.25 AAV extension. I don't think he's worth 2, let alone 4. But God bless.
The only thing he's got going for him is his name.
Yeah. Tom Aspinall will defend the heavyweight title October 25th against Cyril Gahn. They'll be lining up to buy that one.
Worse than that fight, honestly. Like, where do they drum this stuff up? It's so pathetic.
Longtime CBS golf analyst Ian Baker Finch will retire after 19 years as part of the broadcast
Meanwhile,
team.
Jim Nance has already told you when he's retiring in 2036, right?
Jim is never leaving the golf. He is never leaving the golf. And Venus Williams wins her first tour-level match in 2 years. Since 2023, she had a victory in some tournament in Washington, D.C. Congratulations to Venus.
She was shot 5 years ago, and now she's back playing singles tennis. I have seen it all. Yeah. The Ferrall finish, Eric Menendez in the hospital for kidney stones, may not return to prison. Aren't they supposed to get out of prison soon? It just never happens, does it? A couple accused of having sex in front of children on a flight with up and down movements, scaring all the children in row 30. What is happening on an airplane when people are having sex on a flight in those little dinky seats? How do you pull that off? Even in the bathroom, how do you pull it off? 24-year-old surf instructor has had his arm ripped off when he was clipped by an Amtrak train with no warning. I mean, who is standing around the train tracks waiting for the train to fly by and tear your arm off? Front Office Sports today, then GTD, then double in-game lives. Carver and Lisi at 8 on SportsGrid Radio. See you tomorrow at 3 on Coast to Coast.
What do you make of the season that Barkley had last year as he piled on the yards to get over 2,000, and what can that look like this year?
His year could have been much better with different circumstances here. So he was great. I assume he'll be great again. You want to take Jahmyr Gibbs? I don't have an issue with it, but, you know, Barkley, yeah, you're going to lose the tush push.
Fantasy Sports Today, only on SportsGrid.
This is interesting. Minus 116s, minus 120s in the marketplace. We're seeing now minus 140s across the board and 6.5s on the total.
He's not a big strikeout pitcher. His metrics look terrible, but he somehow seemingly get 5 innings, 6 innings, only 1 earned run. It's because he's a super ground ball pitcher, you know, induces that soft and medium contact. He can essentially sap the power away from the Dodgers.
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
Drummond gives you minutes off the bench. I've always been a big Kelly Oubre guy. And Nick Nurse is supposed to be one of the top 5 coaches in the world. You can't tell me that at 12-1, the Philadelphia 76ers aren't at least something you need to consider as a sleeper to make it to the NBA Finals.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
How are you going to compete against a guy with 15 entries?
A lot of the guys that won Survivor at the Circa, because since I'm there every single year for contest weekend, one guy won it all with 1 entry. And the truth is, he told me that he maxed out his entries the next year because he had the money to do it, and it was a brain. It messed with his brain, right?
Sports Rage tonight, only on SportsGrid.